This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Caught on camera, a man trying to kidnap a barista in Washington. Coming up this morning, how police caught the guy and how the coffee shop worker is doing this morning.
Then an update to some crazy video you may have seen right here yesterday on Sunrise. The kid in this video okay this morning, but what new charges an Indiana father faces after his child was caught wandering an apartment complex's hallway carrying a loaded gun.
Yeah, we talked a little about this yesterday morning, had to bring it back because there are updates for you. That is still to come this morning, but we want to say happy Wednesday. Made it to the middle of the week. How are we looking weather-wise?
It's going to be the most exciting weather day of the entire week.
Oh, that's big.
Oh, you guys, your excitement level's a little low. All right, here we go. We have a cold front coming in this morning. Happy to tell you we have the winter weather advisory for accumulating snow up in the Cascades, and that's it. This will not have a lot of wind with it. I mean, maybe some gusty winds at 35 at the coast this morning and some breezes in the valley 10 to 20 miles per hour. But so the main story is simply just going to be the rain, which is now falling in Portland, Salem, and Longview. It will get heavier as we march through the commute hours. Here are the snowflakes already flying up at Timberline Lodge. It is raining in downtown. We're at 44. Temperatures won't do much today. Could be steady rain through about 1 o'clock this afternoon, and then it will break into showers. 44 later today at 5 p.m. Back to you.
Rob, thank you. This morning, we are learning more about the man who lost his life in Portland's first deadly shooting of the year.
Yeah, and it turns out he was an employee at the gas station where he was killed. Mike Benner has the details.
The 76 gas station at Northeast 102nd and Gleason was closed Tuesday. We found flowers and candles at the main entrance. This just hours after a man identified as an employee was gunned down on the property.
I'm not really sure.
Josh Arney is in disbelief over the death of his coworker, who goes by the name Nacho. Detectives say around 2:45 Monday afternoon, officers and medics responded to the gas station on reports that someone had been shot. They found Nacho and rushed him to the hospital, where he later died.
Never really had this happen to one of my close brothers/friends. Like, I've never really had that happen.
Unfortunately, others have. And for proof, all you have to do is look to what happened in 2022. We saw a record 96 homicides in Portland, many of those due to gun violence. Portland Police Chief Chuck Lavelle addressed the epidemic late last week at a breakfast sponsored by the Portland Business Alliance.
There are a lot of guns on the streets. We're seeing guns in places where we typically haven't. I think the fact that the courts were essentially shut down for 2 years too, I think played a role in it as well. There were people who would have been probably under some type of pretrial supervision or post-trial supervision or something that just wasn't happening as well. So we had people on the streets who were, committing violent crimes.
It's unclear if that theory can explain Monday's homicide, the first in Portland this year. What is clear is that Nacho's death leaves a void for family and friends who must now find a way to carry on in the wake of tragedy.
I'm really lost with it.
That was Mike Benner reporting. We do want to put this deadly shooting in some context for you this morning. It was the first homicide of the year, but by January 17th of last year, 5 people had already been killed in the city.
Okay, take a look at this scary security camera video of a man trying to kidnap a barista right through a drive-through window. This all happened in Auburn, Washington, Monday morning. You can actually see the barista trying to hand back money when the man tries to drag that barista through the window using a looped zip tie sort of device. Before driving off, cameras also caught a pretty clear view of his tattoo and a side profile of his face. Now, once police put out the video, they got a ton of tips, which helped them track the man down. We still don't know the identity of the victim or that man, but we'll continue to follow the story and bring you any updates as we get them.
Well, this is a video people all across the country are talking about. A young child in a diaper is walking around the hallway outside his family's apartment, waving a gun. Incredibly, no one got hurt, and we do have some more information about how this happened. Now, we can tell you that police in Indiana arrested the child's father. He faces 3 charges this morning. Devin Haskins is here with more on this shocking video. And Devin, you also have some new details on the case.
Yeah, good morning, Brenda. Shocking video to say the least. Neighbors say they called police after seeing a child with a gun outside of their apartment. When police showed up, they were being followed by cameras with the show On Patrol Live as part of the docuseries with the Beech Grove Police. Now, police were there, they didn't find the gun, and then they leave, and a neighbor shows them the Ring video camera of the child. Another instance when the same thing happened before they head back to the apartment. The child had been making pew-pew sounds, so they asked the child where the pew-pew is. He leads them right to a roll-top desk with the loaded weapon inside. Now, court records show that the gun had 15 bullets in the magazine, but luckily nothing in the chamber. The dad claims he sometimes lets his cousin keep it there, but claimed he didn't know it was there or that his son knew where it was.
I don't know how you can't watch that video, parent or non-parent, and not be shocked and disturbed, and then thankful ultimately that there wasn't a tragedy.
Police arrested the dad, Shane Osborne, who's now facing multiple charges, including neglect of a dependent and dangerous use of a firearm. The child was turned over to his mom. The dad will be in court tomorrow. Christine?
Glad that toddler is okay. Thank you, Devin. Okay, in the Washington legislature, 2 Democratic lawmakers have introduced bills to stop rent gouging. They say the bills would prevent excessive rent increases. One would cap rent increases at 7% a year. The Washington Low-Income Housing Alliance says Washington's average rent right now is nearly $1,900 a month. State lawmakers say tackling the housing crisis is a top priority this legislative session. And new video shows burglars who hit up 3 small businesses in Milwaukee. This surveillance video from Pho Tat Ba. It shows 2 people breaking into the front entrance on Monday. Police also think the burglars broke into the nearby Ohana Hawaiian Cafe and Mike's Drive-In too. If you know anything, call Milwaukee Police. And TriMet says its FX accordion buses will soon be back on the road. You may remember they were pulled last November when TriMet found issues with bolts on the frame that could come loose. It says the manufacturer has since fixed the issue. The buses could be back on the road as early as this week for driver training, but won't be carrying any passengers just yet. TriMet says it'll be a few weeks before they officially return to service.
All right, you made me giggle. Christine was telling us about some important news. I have not seen you scoot into the studio at this rate of speed in a while. Are you running behind? He like was
No, you
really...
guys were 30 seconds early. 30 seconds early catches Rod.
Okay.
You know, the newsroom where I go in between, that's where the weather center is. It's a little bit of a jaunt to get out.
It is.
And as you get older in age, the jaunt becomes longer somehow.
You're still young.
How that works. Thank you. All right, here we go. We have the cold front moving on shore. It will clear the coast in the next handful of hours and make it into Portland. It looks like about 10 o'clock this morning. Another day where it's pretty quiet down in California, by the way. Right now we have heavier rain showing up on radar up along the Washington coast. See the cloud band right here? For the most part, this is all steady rain. So it still looks like it will be raining for the most part without stoppage through the morning hours into early afternoon up and down I-5. Heavier rain right now showing up just north of Astoria and certainly up along the Long Beach area. It is just rain this morning and today out in the gorge, and we have right now snow levels. If you look at radar, there's welches at 1,500 feet. Snow level would be lower than 4,000 feet up in the Cascades. Again, our Timberline camera reporting temperature right now of 26 degrees. You can see the light snow has started to fall up there. So we haven't had a lot of these days lately where I need to remind you to check travel conditions and be prepared for snowy mountain passes up in the Cascades. Snow level as high as 4,000 feet this morning and then lowering a little bit later in the day. We're still going with 6 to 10 inches. 6 inches could be at pass level and up to 10 at Meadows and Timberline today. All right, here's Futurecast, 8:30 this morning, right in the heart of the morning commute. It's going to be raining, so if that means you typically need extra time and to get to work, factor that in today. It does show the snow falling up in the Cascades. Here we are, 2 p.m., and it could be sooner, but at 2 p.m., this shows the back edge of the steady rain moving through downtown Portland. Scattered showers after that, and maybe a lingering shower early tomorrow morning, maybe. Otherwise, both tomorrow and Friday still look to be completely dry, as our overall weather pattern looks pretty quiet over the next week or so. Right now, these are your current temperatures, and we don't think the temperature budges much today. So currently 44 in Portland, 48 in Salem, 41 degrees out in the Dalles. We'll go high today of 47. The early shower maybe tomorrow, otherwise dry Thursday, Friday. Saturday still looks like either just a few showers or even less than that. And then Sunday for your weekend still looks dry, and that's your forecast.
All right. Thank you, Rod.